This is your WCIA 3 forecast first.
A lot of us today have seen chances for showers and storms. Some of you have already seen them. This is our view from Charleston on our first mid-weather camera, on our Flooring America iNet camera. We've got the partly cloudy skies there, but there are some storms across the northern portions of Livingston, Ford, and Iroquois counties, and a few more of them closer to the Lincoln area as well. So we'll keep on watching for the chance for those pop-up showers and storms. They'll diminish in coverage area during the evening and overnight hours tonight. Winds coming in generally out of the south at around 15 miles an hour. And you'll see with our forecast planner for the rest of the evening into tonight, we're still pretty cloudy with more in the way of some of those spotty showers and storms. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 5.
I don't know. And that's the rest of the story.
After rumors spread through the village of Buckley, we are now able to shed some light on what led up to a body being found in a gas tanker. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Roscoe. The Iroquois County coroner says 2 truck drivers discovered the body at a gas transfer hub just outside of Buckley. It happened Friday right next door to the old Lion's Den adult bookstore. Our Target 3 investigator Renee Cooper is with us now. So live in our newsroom, how did they find out about the body in the first place?
Sure, Jennifer, good question. The coroner, Bill Cheatham, says the drivers reported having issues unloading gas from the tanker for a couple of days. Then on Friday morning, they opened up the tank to find the issue and discovered it may have been the body. This footage you're seeing now from today, it's of the transfer site where the discovery was made. The coroner says the drivers claimed they did not know about the body until they opened the tank. Cheatham says the victim from southern Illinois, he told me the body was intact but didn't provide any additional information about who it was or if foul play was involved. He also couldn't say how long the body was in the tank, but says those investigating are closing in on an answer. And Cheatham also says the sheriff's office and state police have several good leads in the investigation. Coming up tonight at 6, we talk to locals. They'll share their thoughts. Plus, I'll have more on when we can expect an update. Live in the newsroom, I'm Renee Cooper, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
I know a lot of people were talking about it in that small town, so we'll look forward to your story tonight at 6. Thank you. 2 people are dead after a plane crash just across the Indiana border. Happened this morning near Darlington, which is just northeast of Crawfordsville. The FAA says the plane left the Lift Academy in Indianapolis a half hour before it went down. The 2 people on board haven't been identified. Indiana State Police are helping the FAA with the investigation. Police need your help identifying a burglary suspect. Rantoul police were called to Shooter's Bar and Grill on June 1st. Gaming machines were damaged and the money inside them stolen. This image was taken from security cameras inside the business. If you have any information, contact Champaign County Crime Stoppers. A new program at the U of I's College of Law is preparing students to tackle social justice issues. They started in the classroom, but now they are in the real world. WCIA 3's Jared Farmer is with us now. And so, Jared, those students are now spread across the state.
And Jennifer, today 17 of them started helping at both law firms and legal organizations, and they'll be doing that all summer. The classroom part of the course taught students how systemic racism can affect both the legal system and local communities, and they'll work on a wide range of issues such as environmental racism, hate crimes, and social norms that can lead to discrimination. The professor teaching the course says they wanted students to begin seeing themselves as agents for social change.
The students have certainly, inspired me in the way that they think about these issues and their dedication. And so I'm really glad that we could offer this to be there for them and fill this need, both among our student population and in the community.
And each of those 17 placements will be sponsored either by a law firm partnering with the university or alumni from the college. The professor hopes this course will allow students to build a network revolving around social justice. The university's officials are currently planning to bring the course back for the next 3 years. They're hopeful it can develop into a full course available for all law students in the future. Jennifer, back to you.
All right, Jared, thank you. A fight over politicians' paychecks could go all the way to the state Supreme Court. A former House Republican filed a class action lawsuit that could cost taxpayers millions. Our Capitol Bureau Chief, Mark Maxwell, is live in Springfield with the latest. Mark, this isn't the first time a former lawmaker took a fight over their paycheck to court.
Two former Senate Democrats filed a legal challenge, winning a round in court just in April this last month. The judge ruling in their favor that they're entitled to pay raises from years past, even though they voted against them while they were in office. Now, a former House Republican is expanding that, filing a class action lawsuit that would apply to all current and former legislators who were in office. Comptroller Susana Mendoza was one of them. She still has not cut those checks for former Senate Democrats James Claiborne and Mike Noland, but she did file an appeal on that case, fighting it, and says she'll go all the way to the Supreme Court if she has to. But now, this new suit from former House Republican Mike Fortner says the budgets the state passed in years past are void because the Constitution says you can't change a lawmaker's salary during the middle of their term.
It's just so shameful, and I'm so disappointed, especially coming from an individual who used to portray himself as fiscally responsible, one of supposedly the smartest members in the chamber during his tenure, who knew exactly what he was doing when he voted time after time to not take that raise.
She called it essentially a deferred compensation plan where they score the political points voting against a pay raise then and then collect the check after taking the fight to court once they're out of office. Fortner no longer in the legislature but is still on state payroll. Spending records at the comptroller's office show that House Republicans paid Fortner $53,000 out of their redistricting fund in that fight over the political maps. Mendoza, also a former legislator herself, said she voted against taking a pay raise then. She's going to stick true to her guns now. If she does have to cut a check to all those former legislators, she said it could cost somewhere between $10 and $15 million if everybody accepts theirs. She's donating hers to charity if the courts make her cut that check, and calls on other lawmakers to do the same. Reporting in Springfield, Mark Maxwell.
All right, Mark, thank you so much. And, you know, Jack's going to look at that sky behind you, Mark. We're going to ask Jack about that in just a few minutes. All right, thank you. June is Pride Month, and a rainbow flag was raised at the city building in Urbana in honor of LGBTQ rights. The mayor started the celebration off by reading a proclamation. Champaign County has celebrated this since the 70s. Urbana was actually the first city in Illinois to prohibit discrimination of sexual orientation. Also in Urbana, the city is hosting a public hearing on their annual budget tonight. The proposal is for nearly $59 million. It'll have an emphasis on equity, infrastructure, and public safety. The meeting is tonight at 7 and will be streamed live. We have a link on our website at WCIA.com. Some in Decatur say they aren't being heard when choosing an interim superintendent. The chairman of the Metro Decatur Black Chamber of Commerce says there's been little regard to concerns from the black community. They also say the process hasn't been transparent and believes someone should be hired full-time rather than part-time. A news conference on this is happening right now. We will have what comes out of it tonight at 6. The state is a few days away from full reopening, but some businesses don't have enough workers to handle a surge in business now. Mohammed's director of the Chamber of Commerce says people working lower wage jobs don't have a lot of incentives to come back to work. He says while businesses have seen an increase in demand from last year, they can't see the full impact because they don't have enough staff. He says the situation could devastate small towns.
If those start closing early or shuttering, then everybody's going to Champaign and eating and shopping, and that just it's a domino, and it kills small communities.
The chamber says they've posted a job board of all the places in Mahomet that are hiring. If you're looking for work and aren't sure where to apply, just check out our website. The number of new COVID cases in the state continues to drop. Just 244 announced today. 14 more people have died. The positivity rate now hovering around 1.4%. More than 33,000 people were vaccinated Sunday. 68% of adults have had at least one dose. 51% are fully vaccinated. The drought has hit part of the nation. What the government may be forced to do. Plus, it could be a new way to fight Alzheimer's. Some doctors say this drug shouldn't even be on the market.